really happens behind the glitz and glamour of Hollywood's golden couples? Is love enough to withstand the pressures of fame, age gaps, and public scrutiny? For Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, their story seemed to have all the ingredients of a modern-day fairy tale until it unraveled in a storm of heartbreak, betrayal, and self-discovery. At the height of their fame, Demi Moore, an accomplished actress with a storied career, and Ashton Kutcher, a rising star and prankster extraordinaire, were the most talked-about pair in Hollywood. But beneath the glossy exterior of red carpet appearances and social media snapshots, their relationship faced challenges that would eventually tear them apart. From their 15-year age gap to devastating personal losses and shocking allegations, their story is as complex as it is captivating. What was the turning point that took their marriage from bliss to heartbreak? How did Kutcher's actions and Moore's vulnerabilities shape the trajectory of their relationship? And ultimately, how did Moore rise from the ashes of their painful divorce to reclaim her narrative? Let's dive deep into their journey, a tale of love, loss, betrayal, and resilience. When they first crossed paths in 2003 at a casual dinner party hosted by mutual friends, sparks flew. Moore, coming out of a challenging period after her divorce from Bruce Willis, wasn't looking for love. Kutcher, meanwhile, was enjoying his growing fame and the attention it brought. But something clicked between them. The chemistry was undeniable, and soon they became inseparable. The media, of course, couldn't get enough of them. Dubbed one of Hollywood's hottest couples, Moore and Kutcher were constantly in the spotlight. Their 15-year age difference became the topic of endless headlines, with some praising Moore for embracing a younger man, and others speculating that their relationship was destined to fail. Yet, the couple seemed unfazed. They exuded confidence and affection, often spotted at red carpet events, hand in hand, looking every bit the picture of happiness. Their relationship was more than just a tabloid sensation, it was groundbreaking. Moore was one of the first high-profile women to embrace a younger partner so publicly, challenging the double standards of Hollywood's dating norms. While older men dating younger women had long been accepted, the reverse was often met with skepticism and criticism. Moore and Kutcher shattered those stereotypes, presenting themselves as equals in love. By 2005, their whirlwind romance reached its peak when the couple tied the knot in a private yet star-studded ceremony. The event was a perfect blend of Hollywood glamour and personal intimacy, with close friends and family, including Moore's ex-husband Bruce Willis, in attendance. The couple's commitment to each other was evident, and the world watched as they embarked on this new chapter. Behind the scenes, their bond seemed genuine. Kutcher reportedly stepped into the role of stepfather with enthusiasm, forming a close relationship with Moore's daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah. The blended family dynamic appeared harmonious, with Willis and Kutcher even maintaining a friendly rapport. It was a modern family setup that many admired, showcasing maturity and mutual respect. Professionally, Moore and Kutcher were thriving. Moore, already an established A-lister, continued to enjoy success while Kutcher's star was rising rapidly. His roles in romantic comedies and the growing popularity of Punk'd made him one of the most sought-after young actors in the industry. Together, they seemed unstoppable, a power couple who had it all. But as their relationship became the stuff of Hollywood fairy tales, subtle challenges began to brew beneath the surface. While they presented a united front to the world, the pressures of fame, their significant age gap, and their differing life stages began to weigh on them. For now, though, their love story was still going strong, and the world remained captivated by their seemingly perfect partnership. Little did anyone know the foundation of this Hollywood love story would soon begin to crack, setting the stage for one of the most publicized and tumultuous celebrity breakups of the decade. By the mid-2000s, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher were the epitome of a modern Hollywood power couple. But as is often the case in relationships under the glare of the spotlight, the cracks that formed behind closed doors eventually began to show. While they maintained their outward image as a picture-perfect pair, those who knew them closely could sense the mounting pressures they faced. In 2006, tragedy struck when Moore suffered a miscarriage during her marriage to Kutcher. She had been pregnant with a girl whom the couple had planned to name Chaplain Ray. For Moore, the loss was devastating, not just emotionally, but physically and mentally. Having already been a mother to 3 daughters, Moore had been excited about the idea of starting a new family with Kutcher, who hadn't yet had children of his own. The aftermath of the miscarriage was painful and isolating for Moore. She later revealed in her memoir Inside Out that she blamed herself for the loss, a weight she carried quietly for years. To cope with the overwhelming grief, Moore turned to alcohol and Vicodin, a dangerous combination that hinted at the fragility of her emotional state. She felt as though she had failed Kutcher, describing the miscarriage as the beginning of a downward spiral in their relationship. At the same time, Kutcher's star was continuing to rise. His prank-based TV show Punk'd had solidified him as a household name, and he was making the leap into film with romantic comedies like What Happens in Vegas. While Moore had already achieved legendary status in Hollywood, her career had slowed down, and she was stepping back from acting to focus on her family. The difference in their professional trajectories created an imbalance, as Kutcher found himself surrounded by younger co-stars and increasingly basking in the limelight. The tension became more pronounced when Kutcher began filming the 2009 movie Spread, a raunchy comedy about a young man seducing older women. According to Moore, Kutcher told her that his co-star, Jennifer Jason Leigh, wasn't comfortable with Moore visiting the set. Moore, however, suspected something deeper. In her memoir, she revealed that she felt the excuse was more about Kutcher's discomfort than anyone else's. She wrote, "The bottom line was that she wasn't worried about me being on set. He was. He wasn't honest. The incident may have seemed small, but it represented a growing rift between the two. Trust, which had once been the foundation of their relationship, was beginning to erode. Kutcher's frequent work commitments, often involving glamorous co-stars and long hours away, contrasted with Moore's more domestic focus. This imbalance led to moments of insecurity and miscommunication, which neither party seemed equipped to address fully. As the years went by, Moore continued to feel increasingly isolated. While she had her daughters and friends for support, she felt disconnected from her husband. Kutcher, on the other hand, appeared to be living in a different world, one of career highs and adoration from fans. The couple's shared moments of happiness became fewer and farther between as the challenges of their differing life stages became more apparent. Despite these challenges, Moore and Kutcher tried to keep up appearances. They attended red carpet events together, posed for paparazzi, and shared glimpses of their lives on social media. To the outside world, they were still Hollywood's golden couple. But behind the scenes, the cracks were deepening, and the pain of unresolved issues was quietly taking its toll. By 2009, their relationship was at a tipping point. Moore later reflected that the miscarriage had been the first sign of trouble, but the years that followed revealed deeper issues that went beyond personal tragedy. The trust that had once seemed so solid was now fragile, and the pressures of fame, combined with personal insecurities, were pushing the couple further apart. Little did they know, the decisions and events of the next few years would completely redefine their relationship and their lives. By the turn of the decade, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher's marriage was already walking a delicate tightrope. While they maintained their public image as a united couple, Moore privately struggled with insecurities and unresolved grief, and Kutcher's growing fame added an undercurrent of tension to their relationship. It was during this time that a decision made in the name of spicing up their marriage would come to haunt them both. In her memoir, Inside Out, Moore revealed that Kutcher had suggested they bring a third party into their relationship to enhance their intimacy. At the time, Moore, desperate to rekindle their connection and show her husband how fun and adventurous she could be, reluctantly agreed. What was meant to be an experiment to strengthen their bond ultimately blurred boundaries and introduced complications that neither of them could have anticipated. Moore later reflected on this decision with deep regret. While she initially participated in the arrangement to please Kutcher and save their marriage, she came to see it as a mistake. She wrote, "I wanted to show Ashton how great and fun I could be, but looking back, I realize it only opened the door to problems we weren't equipped to handle. The decision to involve a third party not only complicated their dynamic but also set the stage for betrayal." Rumors of infidelity began to surface in 2010, with reports claiming that Kutcher had been unfaithful to Moore with a 21-year-old woman named Brittany Jones. The most shocking detail? The alleged encounter reportedly took place at the couple's shared home while Moore was away filming on the East Coast. For Moore, the betrayal was a devastating blow. The thought of her husband bringing another woman into their home, a space they had built together, felt like a personal affront. She described the incident in her memoir as a real for you, a moment that shattered whatever trust remained between them. But the scandal didn't end there. Jones later claimed that she had met Kutcher while he was out bowling with Moore's daughter, Rumor Willis. This added an extra layer of discomfort to the situation, as it brought Moore's family into the public scrutiny surrounding the alleged affair. The media frenzy that followed only deepened the emotional wounds for Moore, who was already grappling with feelings of inadequacy and rejection. When Moore confronted Kutcher about the allegations, his response was anything but reassuring. According to her account, Kutcher attempted to deflect blame, suggesting that the lines in their relationship had been blurred by the introduction of a third party. Moore wrote, Ashton said that blurred the lines and, to some extent, justified what he'd done. For Moore, this reasoning was not only hurtful but also emblematic of the growing disconnect between them. The rumors of infidelity and Kutcher's response left Moore feeling isolated and betrayed. The foundation of their marriage, already weakened by past struggles, now seemed irreparably damaged. Publicly, Moore tried to keep up appearances, but privately, she was crumbling under the weight of the revelations. The media, meanwhile, had a field day with the scandal. Tabloid headlines dissected every detail of the alleged affair, turning Moore and Kutcher marriage into a spectacle for public consumption. The once celebrated couple was now a target of gossip and speculation, with their every move scrutinized and analyzed. For Moore, the betrayal marked a turning point in their marriage. What had started as an attempt to strengthen their bond had ultimately led to its unraveling. The introduction of a third party intended to reignite their connection had only highlighted the growing chasm between them. Moore later admitted that she felt as though she had compromised her own values and boundaries in an effort to hold on to a relationship that was slipping away. By the end of 2010, the trust that had once defined their marriage was all but gone. The cracks that had formed over the years had now become gaping fractures, and the future of their relationship hung in the balance. The events of the following year would only solidify the trajectory toward their eventual split. By 2011, Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher's marriage was hanging by a thread. The infidelity allegations from the previous year had already created a deep rift between the couple. But the events that unfolded during their 6th wedding anniversary would push their relationship to the breaking point. What should have been a time of celebration and reflection became a devastating turning point in their tumultuous union. That year, Kutcher attended a bachelor party for his close friend and That 70s Show co-star Danny Masterson. The event, held at the Hard Rock Hotel in San Diego, quickly became infamous, not for the festivities, but for what allegedly happened afterward. Kutcher was accused of cheating on Moore with a 22-year-old woman named Sarah Leal. The details of the encounter, which surfaced later that year, shocked both Moore and the public. According to Leal, she met Kutcher during the party and ended up in his suite later that night. In an interview with Us Weekly, she described the evening in vivid detail, revealing that they had shared a hot tub with others before retreating to Kutcher's room. She claimed that Kutcher had kissed her and initiated the encounter, adding that he had told her he was separated from Moore at the time. Leal also alleged that Kutcher didn't use protection during their tryst, a detail that added another layer of discomfort to the scandal. Leal later explained Kutcher's justification for his actions. She recalled him saying, "I enjoy things like this because I'm an actor 90% of the time, and it's fake. It's nice to have moments that are real." For Moore, hearing about the betrayal and these alleged justifications was like pouring salt on an open wound. The timing of the affair couldn't have been worse. The scandal broke on the weekend of their wedding anniversary, a fact that was not lost on Moore. In her memoir, she described feeling physically ill when she learned of the allegations. "I felt sick to my stomach," she wrote. "I knew she wasn't lying." The betrayal wasn't just an attack on their marriage, it was an attack on the very day that symbolized their commitment to each other. For Moore, the infidelity represented the final unraveling of their relationship. She had already endured so much: the miscarriage, the introduction of a third party, and the rumors of betrayal. But this incident, so public and so deeply personal, felt like a breaking point. Moore later admitted that she felt humiliated, both as a wife and as a public figure. The media frenzy surrounding the scandal only amplified her feelings of shame and isolation. As for Kutcher, he largely remained silent on the allegations. While he denied previous cheating rumors, he avoided directly addressing the Sarah Leal scandal. His silence spoke volumes, leaving the public to draw its own conclusions. Meanwhile, Moore was left to pick up the pieces of her shattered marriage and public image. The fallout from the scandal was swift and brutal. The couple, once celebrated as a modern Hollywood fairy tale, became tabloid fodder. Speculation about the state of their marriage dominated headlines, with many predicting an imminent divorce. Moore, who had always prided herself on maintaining a strong sense of self, now found herself struggling to navigate the overwhelming scrutiny. Despite the mounting pressure, Moore tried to maintain a brave face. She focused on her daughters and her work, using her responsibilities as a mother and actress as a distraction from the turmoil in her personal life. But the emotional toll was undeniable. The betrayal, compounded by the public nature of the scandal, left her feeling broken and vulnerable. For Moore, the anniversary betrayal was more than just a marital issue. It was a stark reminder of how far their relationship had strayed from the love and trust they had once shared. The couple, who had started their journey as equals and partners, now seemed worlds apart. The events of 2011 marked the beginning of the end for their marriage, setting the stage for their highly publicized split. By the end of the year, it was clear that their relationship was beyond repair. The betrayal, both personal and public, had left scars that would take years for Moore to confront and heal. And while the couple continued to share occasional public appearances, the bond that had once defined their relationship was irreparably broken. By 2012, the once iconic marriage of Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher was in its final throes. The betrayals, the public scandals, and the emotional toll had created a chasm too wide to bridge. After 6 years of marriage, Moore and Kutcher officially announced their separation in November 2011, and their divorce was finalized in 2013. What followed was a period of reflection, pain, and ultimately, transformation for Moore. For Demi Moore, the end of her marriage marked the beginning of an intensely personal journey. In her memoir Inside Out, published in 2019, Moore candidly shared the struggles she faced during and after her relationship with Kutcher. The actress opened up about the impact of their tumultuous union, revealing that it had left her questioning her sense of self-worth and grappling with feelings of inadequacy. Moore admitted that the breakdown of her marriage triggered a downward spiral in her mental and physical health. She revealed that she turned to alcohol and drugs to numb the pain, a pattern that had first emerged after her miscarriage years earlier. Her substance abuse issues resurfaced with a vengeance, culminating in a highly publicized health scare in 2012. Moore was hospitalized after experiencing a seizure during a party at her home, an incident that further fueled tabloid speculation about her personal struggles. In her memoir, Moore reflected on this dark period, describing it as a time when she felt completely lost. "I had no career, no relationship, no self," she wrote. The actress admitted that she had placed so much of her identity into her relationship with Kutcher that when it ended, she was left questioning who she was without him. Meanwhile, Ashton Kutcher appeared to move on quickly. Shortly after his separation from Moore, he began dating actress Mila Kunis, his former co-star from That 70s Show. The two eventually married in 2015 and have since built a life together, including starting a family. Kutcher's transition into a new relationship, coupled with his silence on many of Moore's allegations, created a stark contrast to Moore's very public healing process. In Inside Out, Moore revealed that one of the most painful aspects of her split from Kutcher was the loss of the relationship he had formed with her daughters. During their marriage, Kutcher had been a hands-on stepfather to Rumer, Scout, and Tallulah Willis, and his bond with them had been a significant source of joy for Moore. However, after the divorce, that relationship faded, leaving her daughters to navigate their own feelings of abandonment. Despite the pain and challenges, Moore's memoir is ultimately a story of resilience and self-discovery. She detailed how she sought help to address her substance abuse issues and began the process of rebuilding her life. Therapy, spirituality, and a focus on her family became the cornerstones of her recovery. Moore emphasized the importance of confronting her past, writing, "You can't really move forward until you've made peace with where you've been." One of the most striking aspects of Moore's memoir is her willingness to own her mistakes. While she candidly discussed Kutcher's betrayals and their impact on her, she also took responsibility for the choices she made during their marriage. Moore acknowledged that her desire to please Kutcher often came at the expense of her own boundaries and values. "I compromised myself to try to fit into the mold of what I thought he wanted," she admitted. As for Kutcher, he has largely remained silent on the revelations in Moore's memoir. While he denied the initial cheating allegations, he has avoided directly addressing many of the claims Moore made about their marriage. In interviews, Kutcher has chosen to focus on his current life with Mila Kunis, stating that he prefers to look forward rather than dwell on the past. The publication of Inside Out in 2019 marked a turning point for Moore. The memoir was met with critical acclaim and sparked widespread conversations about vulnerability, healing, and the pressures of fame. For Moore, sharing her story was not only cathartic but also empowering. She reclaimed her narrative, using her platform to inspire others who might be struggling with similar issues. Today, Moore is a testament to the power of resilience. At 62, she has redefined herself, not as someone defined by her past relationships, but as a woman who has faced her struggles head-on and emerged stronger. Her journey serves as a reminder that even in the face of heartbreak and adversity, there is always the possibility of healing and growth. With that, we have reached the end of today's video. If you have come this far with us, be sure to check out other videos on the channel.